Tottenham boss Ange Postecoglou says his team's drop in form hurts. A 2-2 draw with Wolves that leaves them in the bottom half of the Premier League, and it's just one win from Spurs' last 6 games. But Postecoglou feels his side are struggling with depleted numbers.
You know, I think in the context of where we're at, I can just sense the players they're giving everything, but they're a tight group, and we're lacking a bit of sharpness in that front third. I think normally, we'd be a lot more clinical in that front third, and there was just inches in at times for us getting that goal, and I just think it's not that they want to try. The players are giving everything, but we're obviously we're in a tough drought at the moment, and we're not getting the outcomes.
Not getting the outcomes, he says. It was a late equaliser for Wolves in North London that secured that point for them. Unbeaten under Vitor Pereira.
Yes, doing well.
They've done really well.
Fortunately, yep.
Can't you just give them
I'm
some
sorry.
credit?
Great seeing Wolves. 16 points. Fantastic.
42 goals conceded is the most of any team, of course, for
Shocking.
Wolves. But those 2 goals at Tottenham were the first conceded under Pereira. So,
I think
something about them.
I think Spurs, though, like Daniel Levy, the ownership would have been thinking, when you get in the top 4, missed that last season to Aston Villa, and you look at it now and you're like, Chelsea, game in hand, and 11 points already ahead of Spurs with a game in hand. That could be 14 points off the top 4 by tonight, halfway through, depleted squad. It's not looking good for Spurs. I don't think they win the Carabao Cup either. I think Liverpool really give them a good beating over 2 legs. Because Liverpool's players that need game time, Jota, Harvey Elliott, these players come in, Nunes. Do you know what I mean? Like that, they will still give Spurs a beating over 2 legs. I think it's looking like a difficult season for Spurs.
Well, it is, and look, we've talked about it. I talked about it over the last few days with Tony Cascarino about the injuries, and they do have injuries in their back line. Certainly,
Still got a good team out there, though.
And that's something that Cass was very keen to point out, that actually, yes, they are missing Mickey van der Ven. Yes, they're missing Christian Romero. There are other injuries in defence as well, which has led to him having to play Archie Gray in the back 4 as well. But overall, they still have a strong team.
Still have Sarr, still have Basuma. Benton calls back. Madison's been playing on the bench. Don't know what's going on there. Something's going on there with Madison and the manager.
Well,
he's not starting games. Yep. Son's not the same player he used to be. No. Looks like he's lost a yard, which is natural in his 30s. Doesn't look like the same player. Werner, poor player. Johnson's good some games, not so good in other games, can be frustrating. Solanke's a very good player. Kulusevski, very good player. Maybe these players are underperforming because you can't just put it down to defensive problems. And don't forget, Dragusin isn't their 5th choice at half, it's their 3rd choice. So he was brought in by the club to play games because your centre-half pairing aren't going to be fit all season. No. So then you've got Udogie has been at left-back, Porro at right-back, Spencer's a good player. So, I mean, your keeper, Forster, his keeper's out as well. But I still think let's not go overboard in the injuries and say they haven't got a decent 11 that should be doing better.
Before I just ask you another question off the back of that, did you see that moment in the game which kind of sums up the nature of Spurs? Yes. That moment where Bentancur and Solanke collided in the box, both going for the goal, both trying to get to the ball to score, if you like, and they both collided. It kind of sums up Spurs. I was fuming
with Bentancur because Solanke's in my fantasy football team. And I brought him in for this game. I took Chris Wood out, and he got a goal and assist. I'm the worst manager ever. But
really
fantasy football aside,
why did you do those coaching courses?
I thought Solanke, come on, like he scores goals sometimes. But that can happen to anyone. That can happen when you're winning 3-0.
Oh, of course, but it just feels as though, when everything's going against you. That's in one moment.
The Larson goal, you can't concede that goal there. Tight angle, you can't just see it through. Why can't Spurs just see a game through? It's like I said, listening to it in the car on the way home, it's like just felt like they were going to concede. Do you know what I mean? They've got to do better in games.
It was, 3 minutes before the 90 were up, and then they concede that goal, indeed. Let's find out if... Well, actually, I was going to ask you very quickly about Johnson and Madison being at the darts. Would that be an issue?
No, it's fine.
They'd get permission.
Joking.
Would they have to get permission?
I don't think you'd even have to ask. No. I think their next game is the 4th of January? Do you know what I mean? They haven't got a game tomorrow, so there's no problem with going to the darts. Yeah, they would have been... probably had a day off tomorrow. Even if they didn't, Going to dart is fine. They drew as well. Didn't lose. I can't talk. I just got sometimes when we lost, so I can't talk. Back in them days. Too honest.
Too honest. Shall we quickly speak to Lee, who's a Liverpool fan, who's rung up to have his say this morning? How you doing, Lee?
Good morning, Lee.
I'm okay, how are you?
Yeah, we're all right. You're a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, and what I want to say about Trent, if he leaves, he'll never get forgiven.
Ooh.
He's a Liverpool boy. He should be a privilege to play for Liverpool Football Club. I'd play for Nottingham, mate. That's a Liverpool fan. But what I want to get across, don't think Trent can come back in life when his football career's over and talk about winning everything with Liverpool, because it won't be accepted.
Oh.
Gabby, that's how it is, Gabby. Look at Real Madrid, the biggest club in the world.
Yeah.
It's a farmers league. They win it all Barcelona. Atletico Madrid might win it once every 10 years.
You think it's hard to turn down, though, mate? I hear what you say. Yeah.
Gerrard turned down, but you can understand, Gabby, when you're born in Liverpool, you play for Liverpool. That's his dream, to play for Liverpool. He could captain Liverpool one day when Van Dijk goes, and I just think his football career is short. He's going to regret if he leaves.
Would it be worse if he left on a free and the club didn't get any money for him?
That's the whole problem. He's leaving on a free. So what he's saying, because Bellingham's his mate, he's probably thinking, I'll go over there. And it's just, McManaman's hated. Michael Owen's hated. That's how it is. He's a Liverpool boy.
McManaman hated, yeah?
Yeah, I hate McManaman. He left.
Really?
Yeah, hate Michael Owen. Went to Man United.
Yeah.
Hate him. That's how it is. You don't see Michael Owen on the ground much because you get booed, and that's what will happen with Trent. Every time he comes back to Anfield to talk about when he won the Premiership and his Champions League with Klopp, he won't get forgiven, Gabby, and that's how it is.
Is that a lot? Is that what a lot of fans feel?
Everyone I know, like Gerrard was going to go. Remember Gerrard? We were all we were burning his tops. Remember on Sky Sports? And he changed his mind because he knows, 5 years I've got to come back to Liverpool.
The city you're from, city you're going to live in.
You'll never be a manager of Liverpool Football Club Trent if he goes. Nothing. All the fans will hate him, and that's the truth, Gabby.
I did see Carragher speak about it. He was strong on the same reason that you're either a legend at Liverpool if you stay, but if you go, and especially on a free transfer, the people in the city are spoken. They won't forgive.
Strong views, Lee. Thank you,
Lee,
for calling us up this morning. Do you agree with Lee then? If Trent was to leave, would he be hated? And this is because he's homegrown. He's a Liverpool boy. That's what I think. I don't like that though.
It doesn't sit really. I understand the anger and I get it, but after a bit, you sort of won't forget what he done for your club, the trophies he won. You can't. If he's moving to another Premier League club, a Man City, a Chelsea, I get it.
Yeah.
But going to Real Madrid, if he was going to a Juventus, Inter Milan, I'd get it. But Real Madrid or Real Madrid,
it's a chance to be a Galactico.
Yeah, you can't turn that down. That's harsh. I think that's harsh.
Well, I wonder if any other Liverpool fans agree.
That's what they think.
If you would actually say, look, if he decides to leave, he goes with your good wishes because of what he's already achieved with you.
Interesting to see when we're going to know.
Yes.
Itchy feet about all three of them.
Sometimes
I want to know something.
Pre-agreement and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, you never know. We might. He
won't want Real Madrid releasing it first, will he?
No.
Because he can sign in a couple of days.
He certainly can.
Pre-agreement.
He can certainly start talking anyway. 03717 223344. That's the number to call us on if you want to have your say. That's also the WhatsApp number, or you can text us to 81089.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.